Today we're going to talk about this ONN 4K Plus streaming device from Walmart. But first, bear with me for a second. Let's talk about mailboxes.
Mailboxes?
Yes, mailboxes. Walking around our street this morning, I noticed there are two basic types of mailboxes, the post type like we have and the brick mailbox, which some might say looks a lot nicer and more robust. However, mailboxes rust, doors wear out, flags fall off, and hinges fail. Even a mailbox that's encased in brick will eventually need some maintenance and repair. And it's interesting to see how my neighbors have tried to do this and adapt their brick mailboxes without replacing them. It's kind of amusing and occasionally even innovative, but generally anything short of a full replacement looks like a hack job. But my mailbox doesn't need a hack job because all the parts are modular and you have full access to them, so it's easy to bolt on new parts without replacing the whole thing. Anyway, back to the ONN 4K streaming box. All of our so-called smart TVs are destined to eventually become stupid TVs because, like that mailbox that's surrounded by brick, the software is trapped inside of our old TV and eventually gets to the point where it can't be easily maintained. Take, for example, this old 42-inch Vizio TV. It works, the picture looks good, but none of the apps function anymore because they're just too outdated. If this was my main TV viewing room, I might consider replacing the TV or connecting a PC. But in this particular scenario, I found the ONN streaming box to be the easiest and most economical way to accomplish what I need. I'm trying to turn the storage room into a fitness room. And even as cheap as a 40-inch TV would be, under $300, it's not really worth it for a weight room. I mean, this streamer is $30. You can't beat that price for a workout room TV that's kind of running in the background. So let's talk about what you get for that 30 bucks.
Number 1, you get a new remote with voice control.
My old TV remote had been used so much the labels wore off and you couldn't even read what the buttons did. But I can put that remote in a drawer now since this ONN streamer includes a very robust remote control that will actually control my old Vizio TV, turns it on and off and controls the volume. And also, it's got a microphone if you are interested in voice commands for it. Find me some classic 80s action movies. And in addition to the remote, the Google TV platform has a phone app, so you can also control this ONN streamer with your smartphone.
Number 2, my dumb TV became smart again.
The ONN 4K Plus streaming device runs the same Google TV platform used by other major TV manufacturers, which means it supports updated versions of all your popular streaming apps. I could even start watching a YouTube video in the other room on my fancy Sony Bravia TV, and it syncs up and is available here to continue watching. The device itself is also a very tiny box that can be easily hidden out of sight with the included double-sided tape. So the net effect is to take this old TV with non-working apps and breathe new life into it, and it feels and works like a modern smart TV.
Number 3, flexibility and customization.
Speaking of apps, there are all sorts of Android apps available for Google TV beyond the mainstream apps that let you watch shows. Thanks to this ONN streamer and the Google TV platform, I can now display live video alerts for my security system. I can browse the web with a limited web browser, and I can even play local videos with VLC. So getting back to my mailbox analogy from earlier, if the nice looking brick mailbox is like a Roku TV or something, the fact that this thing has all these customizations and additional apps is a huge advantage, in my opinion, for this streaming box and Google TV in general.
Number 4, Bluetooth audio output. Welcome back to another awesome video. Today we got the Sharp RD688.
Using the settings menu, I was easily able to pair the ONN streamer with this JBL Bluetooth speaker. And in my case, I really didn't need the speaker since my TV has audio outputs. However, if you're using this with a monitor or something that doesn't have a way to get audio out, it might be useful if you wanted to, say, send the audio to a Bluetooth receiver or some headphones while you're working out. Speaking of audio, I'm using this 1990s Pioneer stereo system, but my wife's not too thrilled about having a stack of stereo components out on display all the time. So, just like this ONN streamer came from Walmart, I ordered this thing. It's called a sideboard. Anyway, it's a relatively inexpensive piece of furniture that lets me hide the stereo components and store some weightlifting equipment as well. And also, it has this wicker panel on the front which lets the remote signals for the stereo go right on through. But again, that's also available at Walmart, same place I got the streamer, and they delivered it right to my door. Anyway, getting back to the streamer, if you do decide to purchase one, you can always go cheaper. There's a $15 model that's 1080p, or you can go more expensive in the Pro model or like last year's model. But keep in mind, this is the 2025 model I'm showing, so it has the latest software. I'll try to put a link in the video to this product. It's the Streamer Plus with the sort of pink band on the side of the box. Finally, let's close out the video with a question and a list of limitations. What is that blue free TV button? It opens something called Google Free Play, which is a collection of TV streams that don't require an account or an app. Sort of reminds me of the over-the-air channels that show old TV series and westerns. Not sure it would be a major factor for me. Not sure I'll use it since I spend most time in the more mainstream apps, but just thought I would mention that it's there. Let's talk about limitations. This thing only has 2 gigabytes of RAM, and I don't notice any problems with responsiveness. The Pro streamer has 3 gigs, and the official Google streamer has 4 gigs, so I guess if you were doing something really elaborate, running a bunch of services, that might be a factor. So far, I haven't noticed any slowdowns. Another limitation is it only has 1 USB port. There are some people online who talk about being able to hook up a powered USB hub or something and get additional devices on there. I have not tried that, so I can't confirm it works, but this thing only has the 1 USB-C port. And the final limitation is listed on the front of the box. It says it's US only. I'm not sure why this would be true technically. I'm sure it has something to do with licensing or whatever, but anyway, that's about it. What do you think of this streamer so far? You like it?
It's pretty good. I like it watching YouTube videos.
Yeah, for $30, it's not bad. But anyway, that's about it, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time for another awesome video.
Bye.